This is Dana with Creatively Created Crochet. Thank you all for tuning in again with this awesome tutorial. This is my first tutorial. It will be over a single crochet. A single crochet is one of the first stitches that you'll learn in learning to crochet. Super easy, so come on guys, let's get started. What you'll need for a single crochet, guys, and for what we're doing today is a category 4 yarn. Now when you're shopping for yarn, remember to look for the number 4. Also, I'll be using a 5mm hook. Right there it shows 5mm on the package of yarn. This is mine right here, guys. So once I have my materials, I'll go ahead and show you how to do a slip knot. A slip knot is simple. You'll take your yarn, kind of fold it in half. I usually have my shorter side on my right, holding it in one hand. Then I'm going to go ahead and twist it. Really simple, guys. It's not hard at all. So as I hold it in my hand, I'm going to take my other hand and fold it over, basically twisting it. Now there's different ways you can do it, guys, but this one works really good for me. So as I hold it there, I notice there's a hole. So I'll insert my index and middle finger right through that same hole. And I'll use the string that is in my left hand and feed it through, gripping it with both of those fingers. Pulling down now to create the loop. Now I'll grab both of those loops and pull down, both strings and pull down. And that's my slip knot, guys. That's the beginning of any crochet. Super simple, right? Now with this slip knot, it's gonna create a dolly system or a pulley system, guys. So when I say pulley system, you can either get bigger or smaller with your loop. You'll notice that when you're crocheting, any hook that you're using, you'll need to have something bigger or smaller. Now with this loop, it's perfect for the hook that I'm using. So after we got our slip knot, guys, we're gonna start working with a chain. A chain is super simple. All you have to do is yarn over and pull through. I'll show you. You're going to yarn over from the back to the front. Let's do that again. Yarn over from the back to the front, just like so. See? Not hard, right? Yarn over from the back to the front. You'll notice the objective is to pull that first loop through the second loop. The first one through the second. I usually hold on to my slip knot and my first string just to hold it in place to make sure it doesn't come apart. And then I kind of slide it a little to ensure that my stitch is going to come out great. And I'll slightly tilt my hook downward and pull through the second loop, right? That's the first chain, guys. Then I'm going to yarn over again, pull through, and I'm going to yarn over again and pull through. That's our third chain. We're going to do a total of 10. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. And again, guys, it's super simple. It's very easy. This is just something that you can do to create whatever you're making. I'm just doing 10 today, guys, just to show you a small little sneak peek for those who do not know how to do it or for those who are just needing a refresher. Now, as you notice, with this chain, it looks like a braid. And with my chain, I have a flat chain. I did not twist it. I didn't turn it. It's just flat and it's uniform. So that's what a chain looks like. And on the back, guys, you're going to notice there's humps on the back. I call them humps, like camel humps. And they're all along the back. Those are the humps that we're going to be working in today, guys. So get familiar with the front of your chain and the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our hook. Well, first I'm going to make sure I count them because with any kind of crochet, you have to remember to count your stitches, guys, because if you don't, you can be thrown off from your pattern and come out with something that's too big or too small. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my hook right back into my work, and let's go ahead and start with this single crochet. So with our single crochet, we will not be entering that first chain. You will always skip that first chain. Remember that, guys. You will never go into that first chain. You'll always go into that second one right there, guys. You will not go into the first one. It's way too hard and it will not come out right. We are going to be working in that second one. So what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook right into that loop. Okay? So it's not really hard. So what you're going to do is you're going to just insert it like so, slightly turning your hook. And then you're going to go ahead and yarn over. You have 2 loops now. You're going to yarn over for 3 loops. And you're going to slightly turn your hook, pull through that first loop, just like we were doing with the chain. Then we're going to go ahead and yarn over and pull through the remaining 2 loops. Look, guys, we have our first single crochet. Was that easy? All right, guys, we're going to go into that second one. It's the same exact thing. Inserting our hook into the loop. We're going to yarn over. Now we have 3 loops. Well, first we have 2 loops. And once we yarn over, guys, it will give us a total of 3 loops. Okay. Yes, we'll have a total of 3 loops now. We're going to pull through 1, and now we have 2 loops. Now, to finish that, you're going to yarn over again and pull through the remaining 2. Now we have a total of 2 single crochets. Once you get started, guys, it will be super simple. Again, we're inserting our hook into that hump, yarning over for 3 loops. We have a total of 3. We're going to pull through 1, and then we're going to have 2 loops, yarn over again, pull through those last 2 loops to get 1. And now we have a total of 3 single crochets. And look at the braid pattern. It's still there, guys. We are still creating that same braid pattern. If you see that braid pattern on top of your work, you should know that you're doing the correct thing and your stitches are coming out great. Now let's continue, guys. We're just inserting our hook right through that chain or right through that hump. We're yarning over, we're pulling through, we're yarning over again and pulling through, guys. It's really simple, guys. That's the thing about a single crochet. It's really simple. We're inserting, guys, yarning over, pulling through 1, and then we're going to yarn over again and pull through 2. Again, guys, we're going to insert our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, and pull through 2. Again, it's the same thing. It's a really simple pattern, guys. Single crochet is very simple, yet fun. Again, we are coming up to the end, guys, the end of our first row. I hope you are following me really well. I hope it's coming out good. If you need to pause it, remember, pause it. If you have to rewind it, go ahead and rewind it. This is our last stitch, guys, so we're just doing our same thing we did, and we're just going to yarn over and pull through our last 2 loops. Now look at that, guys. Wasn't that fun? Wasn't it easy? We actually have our first full row of single crochets, guys. And it really wasn't that hard. Well, at least I hope it wasn't for you guys. So now we're going to go ahead and work on our second row. To do that, we're going to have to chain, which is yarning over and pulling through, just like we did to start it. Now we're going to go ahead and turn our work. Our work is everything that we just got done working on. That first row, that's considered our work. So what we're going to do is turn that work to the left. So now that we have it turned to the left, guys, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and work on our second row. It's not very much. It's not a difference. Maybe just a slight bit because of the fact that the stitch that we're going to, the stitch that we're going to be going through is a little bit different because it's not 1 loop, it's 2, but it's considered 1 stitch. And earlier we were going through 1 hump. So, but do not get confused, guys. I hope I didn't confuse you with that because it's really simple. So as you notice, we do have our braid pattern, and each of those pieces that look like a braid are considered one stitch. As you can see, I'm holding on. Each of those are one stitch. So we'll be pushing our yarn, our actual hook, right through those stitches. And we'll be working one stitch at a time to create our second row. So we have our first chain, guys. I'm going through making sure we have all the stitches, which we do. We have a total of 9 because remember, we skipped the first one. And so we're not going to have 10. We have 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to insert. We're just going to insert our hook into the stitch. Now remember, do not get confused. You're going to be inserting your hook into the stitch. These are stitches, guys. These are stitches. You do not go into one loop. You're going to go into both of those loops because of both of those loops equal one stitch. So, just like I did there. See? That is one stitch, guys. One stitch. It's not 2 stitches. It's not 2 loops. We're going to use that as one. That's going to equal 1. So, as you, just like, see, yes. Now you're going to just insert it right into that hook, into the loop. You're going to yarn over, just like we were doing before in that first row. You're going to, let's start over. We're going to insert our hook right into that stitch, guys. Let's just start it all over and get it right. Pardon me on that. We're going to go ahead and notice that we have the 2 loops. Yarning over for 3, pulling through. Now we have 2 again. We're going to yarn over and we're going to draw through both of those loops, just like we did the first row, guys. Remember? So we're going to go inside that second stitch for 2 loops. Then we're going to pull through 1, and we have 2 now. Yarn over and pull through 2. Just the same as the first row, guys. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing again. But we have to remember, guys, do not hold your yarn too tight. If you notice, I'm showing you what not to do. Do not hold your yarn too tight because you will not be able to insert your hook into your stitches. Crocheting is a therapy. It's something relaxing to do. So if you're holding it too tight, you will not be able to work, and your stitches and your work will be very, very tight, and you will not be able to do it, and it will not be fun. You will not be able to get your yarn through, your hook through at all. So if you crochet loosely, you'll be perfect. So again, we're going to insert our hook into our stitch, yarn over. As you see, that's one stitch, guys. So remember, do not get confused. That's one stitch. Yarning over again, guys. Pulling through that one stitch, yarning over again, and pulling through 2. So remember, guys, it's the same exact thing. We're just going to go ahead and go along this same row, finishing up this second row, guys. I hope you're following along with me. I hope I'm not moving too fast. This is my very first tutorial, and I'm just trying to keep things in camera a little bit for you guys. My lighting is not the best, but I'm just trying to basically give you a little something to work with, or just to help you to learn a simple stitch, because I want to show you this next tutorial and we'll need these stitches to be able to do it. So I don't want you to not have the essential stitches, so that way you can't work on the project. Again, guys, we are on the second to last stitch, inserting, pulling through, wrapping around, yarning over, and pulling through again, guys. We're inserting, we're yarning through, pulling through 1, yarning over, and pulling through 2. So now we have 2 total rows. And please, I hope it was super simple for you guys. Hope I did a good job teaching you guys, because this is one of the easiest stitches there are. You can make a long blanket with it. You can make a scarf with it, just depending on how long you make your chains. Today we did 10 chains. Now you can make 150 chains. You can make 200 chains and make a nice size scarf for you or someone in your family. Nice gift. And you can just continue to single crochet down that chain, remembering to go into the second chain and go all the way down, back and forth, guys. For the third row, we're going to chain again, and we're going to turn our work to the left. I'm not going to do the whole third row, guys, just because it's the same exact thing. But remember to insert your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, and pull through 2. The same exact thing, guys. It's not really hard, but I just hope that you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed teaching you, and I'm going to be teaching the next one is going to be half double crochet. And after that, I'll do a tutorial on the actual project we'll be making with both of those stitches. So until we meet again, guys, thanks for watching. Be blessed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Love ya.